Hello to L and welcome to solving problems with proportions. I know you wish that math would solve its own problems, but today you're going to have to solve some for it. So we're looking at the reason why in the last lesson we showed you how to solve proportional relationships, because now we're going to show you some actual proportional relationships that we can solve. So solving problems with proportions. Example number 1 says the Crayola Crayon Company can make 2,400 crayons in 4 minutes. How many crayons can they make in 15 minutes? So let's see what this says step by step. Step 1, set up a ratio with the rate given. Okay, so they gave us a rate. They gave us 24 crayons in 4 minutes, or 2,400 crayons. So 2,400 crayons in 4 minutes. Now this is going to be a little bit different than we worked with rate before. I'm not going to put crayons and minutes down here. I'm going to put something over here, crayons and minutes, just so that I know what these numbers stand for. And that's what this means. Be sure to indicate what each number stands for. So this stands for crayons and this stands for minutes, and you can put the whole word there if you want to. Crayons and minutes. Just make sure you know what these numbers are for. Now it says fill in the second ratio with the other number you were given. So we still need this ratio that we had up here. Let's clone it. Woo, 2 of them. Okay, down here. Now we have that ratio again, and we want to fill in our second proportion. So what's the other number we had? I'm going to take my highlighter. The other number we had says 15 minutes. Well, minutes was on the bottom. So I'm going to fill that 15 in on the bottom, which means that our unknown is on top. Now, if we're going to solve by cross multiplying, remember I take the x, and the 2 that don't go with the x go on top, 2,400 times 15 divided by the one that goes with the x. So the cross that goes with the x is the 4. So it says solve the proportion, use cross multiplying. So I'm going to take this little thing here because that's actually our solution. And we're going to plug that into our handy dandy little calculator. And that says 2,400 times 15 divided by 4. So 9,000. It says 9,000 crayons in 4 minutes or 15 minutes. So they can make, this is a word problem, so we should end it with words. They can make 9,000 crayons in 15 minutes. All right, now this video may actually turn out to be a little longer than other ones because it's word problems, so I'm going to go through a few more word problems for you. So this one, again, they gave us a rate. This says a typist can type 120 words in 100 seconds. At that rate, how many seconds would it take her to type 258 words? So here's our rate, 120 words in 100 seconds. So here's our two numbers, 120 over 100. And again, I want to put something beside these to let me know that they stand for words in seconds. So I'm going to put a W up here and an S down here to stand for words in seconds. Now I'm going to take a different color highlighter and highlight this last thing that we have because that has to go in our other ratio. So it says 258 words. Well, does that go on the top or in the bottom? Well, here's where we check this to make sure. This is 258 words, so words is on top. So I put 258 words. Now on the bottom is what we're trying to find, so that's where our unknown is. So I'm going to put an X in there. X stands for the unknown, like the X-Files and the X-Men and X-Rays, etc., etc. Okay, now how do we solve this? Well, if we're going to cross multiply, remember cross multiplying is multiply the ones that don't go with the x, the crossways that doesn't go with the x. So 100 times 258, and the cross that does go with the x is divided. So that's 120. Let's pull out our handy dandy little calculator. And we've got 100 times 258 divided by 120, which is 215. 215. So we need a therefore statement. What were we trying to find? This says at that rate, how many seconds would it take her to type 258 words? So we say therefore, she can type 258 words in 215 seconds. How many minutes would that be? Any idea? Do you know how many seconds are in a minute? There's 60 seconds in a minute. So if I want to find out what that is in minutes, I have to divide it by 60. So 215 divided by 60. The slash means divide, by the way. This didn't ask us to do it in minutes. It asked us in seconds, but I'm just curious. Divided by 60. 3.58. So about 3.6 minutes. Just out of curiosity. Next, we got a few to go through, so this is going to be a little bit longer, like I said. So this says a company can buy packages of 500 sheets of paper for $4. So there's our rate. Okay, I had to go away there for a minute, so I hope I don't repeat too much. Anyway, a company can buy packages of 500 sheets of paper for $4. So there's our rate. If I put the yellow, we've got 500 sheets of paper. That's not yellow, that's blue. For $4. So there's our two things there. We've got 500, and that is paper. So I'm going to put the little P beside it, and that is for $4. So this is cost. Now when we're setting up our second one, what's the other little piece of information we've got? The other number they gave us is $2,000. Now $2,000 is a cost. It's not a number of sheets of paper. So it has to go on the bottom with the dollars. So 2,000. And we'll put our unknown up here. So now our unknown is going to equal, remember if we do cross multiplying, this times this divided by this. So 500 times 2,000 divided by 4. So I pull up my handy dandy little calculator. 500 times 2,000 divided by 4. That looks like 250,000. So 250,000. So we can buy, we need a therefore statement. Therefore, you can buy 250,000 sheets for $2,000. All right, what do we got here? We got two more examples. Mixing 4 milliliters of red paint and 15 milliliters of yellow paint. So that makes orange. So if we want to make orange paint, we've got red on the top, and that's 4 milliliters of red, and yellow on the bottom is 15 milliliters of yellow. So we got red on the top, yellow on the bottom. So I'm going to take up my highlighter again. We did 4 to 15. And we've got one more color, or one more number, sorry, 100. And that is, what is that? Yellow paint. So where is that going to go? On the yellow paint. So we're going to put 100 milliliters there, and then this blank space gets our variable. So we take a look. Remember, cross multiplying, we cross this way. 4 times 100 divided by 15. So pull up the calculator. 4 times 100 is 400. Divided by 15 is 26.6. So we got a decimal this time. 26.6, and we're actually going to round it to 26.7 about, and that's milliliters. So we would say, therefore, you need about 26.7 milliliters of red paint. Now, our last example before you go on to your worksheet, it says a fast typist can type 120 words in 100 seconds. So that's 120 words in 100 seconds. In 180 seconds, how many words could be typed? Where's 180 go? Let's look at it very closely. 180 seconds. So it has to go, whoop, that looks like a 7. Seconds. Whoa, weird stuff happening here. Seconds goes with seconds. So let's put that 180 down here and put our x up here. Now remember, when cross multiplying, we're going to cross this way and then divide by the thing that's left over. So 120 times 180 divided by 100. And so 120 times 180 divided by 100 equals 216 is our answer. And so therefore, 216 words can be typed in 180 seconds. Okay, sorry this one ran a little long, but we are now done and it's time for you to complete your worksheet.